Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? Oh, check it out. We got a little pods fixing to be downloaded. um, yeah, man. Look, I get a lot of people asking me, how do you develop your tolerance in peppers? How do you prep for it? What all is involved in it? I got some peppers and they just wrecked me, and they weren't even near on the league that y'all are eating these pods. And I'm gonna tell you something. You don't just turn the camera on, sit down. I don't care what your tolerance is naturally. You got to build it. And it also includes your stomach. You got to do some prep work. You know, there may be some people on the planet that can really just eat super hots on an empty stomach and not get nothing from it. But that's not. Those are few and far between, like hen's teeth, I can assure you. I personally never met anybody that can do it. You can get on camera and say it all you want to, but real life may be a little bit different story. Okay, so anyways, to be able to do super hots, like really, really hot peppers, 7 pots, etc., and still be able to carry on a conversation, you have to have a tolerance where you have pushed yourself beyond your limits, whether you wanted to or not. I'll give you a case in point. The Curse of the Four Horsemen. You've seen what I did to get to that level, to even try that challenge. Okay, how much I was taking in to increase my tolerance, and it still wasn't where it needed to be. But when I did that challenge, 3 days later, I was eating super hots like they were cucumbers. Very little heat whatsoever. So it pushed me so far beyond my limits. It pushed me beyond what an endorphin rush can cure. Okay? It was beyond that. That is the hottest I've ever been pushed beyond. So that said, you can see what I'm talking about when I mean it's like I was telling someone earlier, it's like being in the gym, whether it's bodybuilding, fitness training, strength sculpting, body sculpting, strength training. You got many different, just leaning out. You got a lot of different reasons for being in the gym. Some people are there to gain, some people are there to lose. But whether it is either of that, you've got to push yourself. Whatever that goal is, you got to push yourself beyond. If you go in the gym and you just kind of flow through the motions and then you grab your gym bag and you head on out, you're not going to get very far. Kudos for you to even be there to begin with, but be there for the right reasons. Same thing if you want to eat these spicy things. You can't just put a little bit of tink in and just get a little, oh, that's a little warm. Eat some hot noodles, and stuff like that, and expect to be, a couple jalapenos, maybe a sliver of habanero here and there, and expect to get any kind of gains. You got to go through some pain, guys. It is the truth. Long-term exposure, you may exponentially get to that level, slowly, but you're going to take a really long time. People, like in Louisiana, where I'm from, we naturally eat hot stuff in just about everything we eat. So we're going to have a natural tolerance. And some of us have more of a natural tolerance we're just genetically born with. But nobody on the face of the earth is born with a tolerance that can grab a 7-pot Jonah and eat it and then just sit here and just act like nothing ever happened. It's not going to happen. Speaking of which, this is what we're going to do right now. 7-pot Jonah. And this is a hot boy. This is a hot baby. All right, y'all. Whisk it around. Chew it up finally. Get that capsaicin all in your mouth. That's one way to start building a tolerance. If you want the mouth tolerance, swish that pepper around. Loosen up that capsaicin, those oils. The more oils are dealing with up here, the less oils you're dealing with down here. In theory. But I can tell you this much. If I chomp that pepper up real fine and put some cottage cheese in my stomach with a decent meal, I don't get no cap cramps. But, and like in some of these chili contests, you see these guys chomp, chomp, and then down it goes. They ain't getting no capsaicin in their mouth. It's unfair to the other contests. They ought to have a limit, time limit of chewing that pod before it goes down. Because that is definitely unfair. You see some people up there chewing the heck out of that thing, and then the dude next to them's been down for 10 minutes. I'm exaggerating. But right now my heat level on that one's not at a 1 yet. But I'm going to see if it's a slow builder. What do I want to eat next? Which one's next in line? The Death Spiral. Crossed with a red Carboruga. Now Nick Kemps gave me a pronunciation key to be able to say that. And of course I don't have it in front of me. But it made perfect sense after he said it, and it sounded like Carboruga. Pretty much simple as that. So we're going to get into a Death Spiral. That's a big ass pod, guys. Crossed with a red Carboruga. Carboruga. It's kind of like me saying in this city that we live in, Atascocita. I have to say it a few times to get it right. All right, guys. Another thing I want to say, if you're eating super hots and you don't chew it all up and stir it around your mouth, your tolerance really ain't going to grow as much as you think it will. I remember my son Tristan eating that Carolina Reaper. Man, he had balls. He had balls for even doing that. I give him that because he had never really eaten anything hot. But he did like the chomping down and went, and it still wrecked him. So if you're a newbie, or some people call a normie to this, just one little chomp, it doesn't matter. It's still going to get you. But if you swish it around, it's really going to get you. They're warm, but I'm not even at a 1 yet. But I'm going to tell you something. My tolerance isn't where it was that 3 days after I did the Curse of the Four Horsemen challenge. My tolerance isn't there. It's already dropped. I mean, it's still pretty daggum nice, but man, I was eating that stuff and it just like wasn't getting much heat from it all. At least I'm getting heat back, So it's not in the same spot that it was. I'm not quite sure what a TMS is. Nick, can you get in the comments and tell us what a TMS is? Not quite sure about that, but we're going to find out how hot it is. I know that. Again, I'm not getting a lot of floral notes from these. I'm very, very impressed about that. That one was a little warm. That's a good pod. That's a good burning pod right there. Here's something going on outside. Well, now we're at about a 1, maybe 1.5. Okay, that one has an aftertaste of real floral. Chewing it up wasn't that bad, but afterward it was really, really floral. Left a bad aftertaste in my mouth. Yuck. Yuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say I might be at a 2. That one was probably the hottest of the bunch, I would think. I know they start building on top of each other, but you can tell the way a pepper hits, whether it's hotter or not. Definitely got some burn in the chest going on. All right. What is this? A 7-pot cross with a BTS. Red 7-pot cross with a BTS. That's going to be hot. Now we're kicking it up. That's the kind of heat we need. Say I'm at a 2.5. Definite 2.5 to 3. Good mouth burn. Wonderful pod. Wonderful sensation. Nose is kicking in a little bit. Definitely got the chest burn going on. Good burn. Good burn. Well, it's going 12 minutes already. It's a 3. I'm at a 3. Yeah. I'd say definite 3. That's 4 pods though. Really, really, really hot pods, guys. So, I do feel a little bit back here in the throat now. But, yeah. For sure 3. Maybe a 3.5. I'm not gonna go any higher than that. That's some hot stuff, guys. I'm here to tell you. Alright, that's 13 minutes. Alright, guys, I got some stuff I gotta get done, but I don't think it's gonna climb past the 3, or else it probably would have done it by now. I don't know, sometimes I get off camera and it will ramp up a little bit more. But unless it's real significant, that's the only time I'm going to get back on here and say, hey man, look, that thing really kicked in. Shut up. But if it like ramps up by maybe a half or maybe even another point, that's not even really worth me even inserting it back into the video. All right, y'all.